Hey, so right now Jon is like working on the Bronco, but I've been getting a lot of questions about living with your parents still and trying to be vegetarian, vegan, whatever, and I thought that I would kind of lend that to Jon because he's been living meat-free for, I don't know, my whole life. Jon's younger than me. So yeah, I thought I would talk to him about it, and I feel like this is where he exists, so here's where this interview will happen. When did you stop eating meat? So how old were you in 2003?
2003 or 2004. Like 13 or 14.
So was there any like overwhelming reason that you decided as a 13-year-old young man you would stop eating meat?
I really loved my dog at the time. Still do. She's dead now, but I don't know. I think being that close with an animal or something, I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking eat these dudes. All they want to do is hang out. I don't know. Like, just got to a point where I realized, like, I don't know, that whole, like, animals are friends thing.
Was it hard for you to tell your parents that you weren't going to eat meat anymore?
No.
Did you ever have a conversation with them about it?
No. I remember when I became vegan for like 4 or 5 years. I was weary of telling them, but they didn't really give a shit. They were. I mean, me and my dad have always been just close in general, and I don't think he'd ever fucking feel any type of way about anything.
Yeah.
But my mom's always been nuts, and it's just, it is what it is. Well, I don't know about nuts, but nutty. You know,
yeah.
Got weird reactions to things. So, like, you know, it just made it so, like, family get-togethers and shit, like, she made it weird, not anybody else. She was like, we have to make sure there's shit for him to eat. And I'm like, yo, chill. I'll fucking eat anything. I'm not one of those people.
Did it come down to you making a lot of your own meals?
Yeah. And I guess, you know, like, when I started working full-time, I was pretty young, and being able to just, like, buy your own shit and do whatever you want and not really have to depend on your parents for shit.
Yeah.
That definitely helped. Depend on them to feed me and shit like that. I just could do whatever I wanted.
How old were you when you were like creating your own income?
16.
Okay.
I dropped out of high school. Oh shit, I fucking tucked it all back in there. It should.
Do you want me to try to turn the key?
Nah, it worked. When you turned it last time. Can't see it not working. I just need to tuck everything behind this. So now I need them. And I don't have them.
What kind of advice would you give to somebody who's worried about living with their parents and transitioning?
Fucking own it.
Own it.
Just be about it, and if your folks fuck with you, they're gonna support you. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily about support. It's just dealing with it.
Hold on.
You gotta just do it, and if it's something you really believe in, you'll make it work. There's only been like a couple like weird times where I had to speak up around my parents, like, it's just dumb shit, like.
Could you think of an example?
Yeah, just dumb shit, like them making food and being like, oh, there's chicken in it, but you can eat that, right? It's like, yeah, because that's not what.
I feel like I experienced that like a little bit too. Like, there will be times when your dad is like, oh, have a little bite of this like chicken chili, and we're both just like, no.
But he doesn't mean anything.
No, I know.
It's all like, he honestly is excited about the chili he makes.
Yeah.
He's not like doing some
He's not
shit like, oh, why don't you eat meat? He's just like, yo, I made some chili. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Too fucking tall for this shit. Where'd my keys go?
Yeah. Sorry, I popped that water bottle.
Seatbelt.
Oh no, did I get my Chipotle coupon wet? It didn't work.
I mean, that broke before. I don't even.
That was quick.
There's like the lock cylinder and there's like a cotter pin type of thing that fits around it, and you just pull that off and the switch just comes off.
Can you remember a time when you were younger and your friends gave you a hard time for not eating meat? Like maybe you went over to a friend's house and their parents cooked dinner, or? And I can understand
I had
like.
a friend's grandmother when I was growing up who was like, when I was vegan, who would like put a lot of time and like care into making meals sometimes, and there was always with her baking, which I knew took her fucking hours and hours, so I would make exceptions for that. I know it's not very cool of me, but like if somebody spends 4 fucking hours making something delicious and there's butter in it,
Yeah.
I'd feel like a dick if I didn't.
So like sometimes you would use your heart for as like a better judgment.
I just wouldn't be a dick. And then, you know, like, I couldn't afford like vegan shoes and shit like that because they're fucking expensive. So I would always get discount shoes and shit like that, like ones that wouldn't sell when we go to, you know, like Ross or Marshalls or something like that. Get shoes. I felt like somehow paying $10 for shoes that some company wanted like $100 and something for. Evened out. I doubt it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people who are vegans are fucking dickheads, like giant fucking dickheads, and everything I say. Well, if you're a vegan, it's a fucking big dick contest. So I just used to tell people I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'll tell everybody I was like lactose intolerant, or I just wouldn't tell anybody about it. Vegans are the worst.
I feel like someone asks me if you're vegan almost every day.
Yeah, I used to just lie to people. I didn't want anybody to know. It's just other vegans were the worst part about being vegan. Dumb shit to say. They wanted you to know they're vegan. They wanted you to. I don't know. They want to be special. They're not.
What would you say to somebody who is trying to avoid that kind of criticism?
Do you?
Do you?
You don't necessarily have to be part of a community to do that stuff.
That's really good advice.
You don't necessarily have to be punk to listen to punk rock. You don't have to hang out with vegans to be a vegan. You don't have to call yourself straight edge if you don't want to drink or do drugs or anything like that. I had a long period of time where I didn't want to drink or go like, hey, and I just told everybody I was sober.
That's smart.
I don't know. Do stuff for yourself, not to be a part of something.
That's really
More
good
rewarding
advice.
that way.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like you said with your friend's grandmother, I remember there was one time that my stepdad had made me a cake that was vegan. And I know that like he didn't have to go out of his way to do that. And I remember it was right when I became vegan, and I remember going through all the ingredients because I was so sure that an unvegan person couldn't make me a vegan cake. And I remember noticing that he used Domino sugar. And at the time, everyone would tell you that Domino sugar contained bone char and that it wasn't vegan. And I remember telling him I can't eat that. I can't eat Domino sugar. I can't have the sugar. And my mom in the background like, just eat the cake, just eat the cake. And him looking at me and going, okay, don't eat it. And I remember after that, he never tried to make me anything vegan again. He never attempted, he never put some stuff aside for me. And I know it was because I was such an asshole about that one vegan cake so many years ago. And all the time, I wish I could take it back and just eat it. Because it was so nice that he did that for me. And I decided to be an asshole instead of eating a little bit of sugar that in his heart he thought I could eat. So I definitely know what you mean. Like,
a lot of the people who are straight dicks about being vegan, though, are the ones who have been doing it for like 3 months.
yeah, that's
And they
exactly
spend
true.
as much time on internet forums or some bullshit source they have trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I had something to prove like the first year that I was vegan, and now it's like, you made me a cake, you thought about me, that's amazing. You tried, you like.
The longer I did it, it was like more I had something to hide.
You had something to hide. And sometimes I feel that way too. Like, if I go out to eat with everybody and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna skip it, but I'm still gonna have a great time, they're like, why? Like, I'll find something on the menu for you, I'll find it. And I'm just like, it's easier for me to go home and eat later.
Or
But,
cheaper.
and it's cheaper.
A lot of nice places, it's like $15 for a fucking salad or some dumb shit. Don't get a salad at IHOP.
Yeah, don't get a salad at night.
'Cause it'll just be a chicken Caesar salad without the chicken.